the Archduke gives his final word to Napoleon. Now, Charlotte is an empress, and her husband emperor, by the grace of the French. In Mexico, a civil war has been raging for years. Republicans against conservatives, now backed by France. The Republican president, Benito Juarez, is a champion of independence and a man of the people. Maximilian naively extends an olive branch to Juarez.
¿Quiere que yo trabaje en su gabinete, siendo yo el presidente legítimo de México? Eso es absurdo.
It's one of many missteps Maximilian takes as he prepares to rule. Napoleon has misled him. French troops control only the middle portion of Mexico, less than a third of the country. The rest is in Juarez's hands, defended by Republican guerrilla groups called Juaristas. Since the Spanish conquest in the 1500s, many Mexicans have served European masters. They've labored in mines and fields, while their bosses got rich. To protect the working class, Maximilian passes sweeping labor laws, many of which are ahead of their time. His ideas infuriate the groups that put him into power: landowners, mining corporations, and especially the Catholic Church. Its leaders backed Maximilian, believing he'd restore the land, power, and wealth Juarez had taken away. They consider his liberal laws a betrayal. Ironically, Maximilian plans social reform while spending lavishly on his new Mexican castle, at a rate that even shocks Charlotte. He commissions fine art from around the world and brings in a famed architect and designers from Europe. One of his most cherished belongings is a ceremonial coach embellished with gold and silver. A year and a half after Maximilian's arrival, the tide turns on Napoleon. His 30,000 troops begin to lose ground. The French retreat, both from Juarez's guerrillas and the new army he has formed. Juaristas are now receiving aid from the U.S. America wants France out of Mexico, too. Napoleon's panicked generals push Maximilian to act. He issues what's called the Black Decree. Armed supporters of Juarez will be executed without trial.
Por las leyes de octubre del emperador Maximiliano, mereces el castigo capital. ¡Atención!
Thousands will die.
¡Apunte! ¡Viva Juárez! ¡Fuego!
At their refurbished palace, Maximilian and Charlotte are removed from the bloodshed and suffering. The newly decorated halls welcome Mexico's upper crust, rich conservatives and French officers. The elite crowd flocks to white tie dinners and formal balls. Under Maximilian's watchful eye, guests enjoy Viennese delicacies and fine wines. In gilded rooms, the household goes through 700 bottles each month. Beleaguered French troops have been losing men to desertion. They simply don't have the Mexican people's resolve. Spring 1865. Juaristas take on French troops in skirmishes across the country. For 3 years, Napoleon has been pouring men and money into Mexico. Now he wants out.
C'est fini.
He'll withdraw his troops and demands that Maximilian abdicate.
Doit démissionner. Immédiatement.
Doch nichts. Ja, und das Wien? Wollen wir keine Hilfe erwarten?
But Charlotte won't have it. Her grandfather gave up the French throne to none other than Napoleon III.
Allez!
That side of her family was ruined. She won't be. In Mexico, Maximilian is a man without a country. Juarez is advancing. France is leaving. And his wife is an ocean away. In secrecy, he flees the capital of Mexico City for Orizaba, near the coast. From here, Maximilian plans to return to Europe and to Charlotte, once and for all. As he prepares to leave, a letter arrives from his mother. She urges him to stay. Words that will seal his fate. He passes the decision off to his ministers, who meet behind closed doors. To Juarez, there are two sides to Maximilian, the fool and the colonialist aggressor. The Mexican president believes that aggression is unforgivable. He calls the invaders' actions barbaric and vows to send a clear message about imperialism. Maximilian's beleaguered army mounts a rear-guard action. Querétaro is one of the last cities still loyal to the emperor. Maximilian's troops entrench themselves here. A monastery becomes the seat of his government, now fraught with infighting. After a lifetime of excess, Maximilian lives in a simple room. Without France, he commands his own army. April 1867. Republicans surround Querétaro and begin shelling. The Juaristas cut off Maximilian's supply lines. His men are tired and hungry. Shoulder to shoulder with his soldiers, Maximilian stands in the line of fire. His army defends the city for 2 agonizing months. Then, one of his own generals betrays him, allowing the enemy to break through a city wall. Querétaro falls on May 15th, 1867. Maximilian surrenders to the Republican general.
El honor es suyo.
Gracias.
¡Atención, pelotón!
Voy a morir por una causa justa.
¡Preparen!
Por la de la independencia y libertad de México.
¡Apunten!
Que mi sangre selle las desgracias de mi nueva patria.
¡Fuego!
¡Viva México!
The execution site soon becomes a memorial. After the execution, Juarez views Maximilian's body. The first time he sees him in person. The president's only comment, "I thought he was taller." Juarez goes on to rule Mexico for 5 more years until he dies of a heart attack.